Sup? It's Finn, and I'm a bit peeved because today I went to um, the UPS store to, excuse me, um, fuck, what the fuck? I went to the UPS store to deposit a check because I have a USAA bank account, and the UPS store nearest me doesn't do it anymore, and so I'm a little annoyed by that because I walked down there and took the time out of my day to be there, and I can't get it done, and so, and my fiance took my car today because it was just this morning was weird. On the way back, I was thinking about crying and what crying means and is to me. I mean, I cry. I cry. There are things that bring me to tears. So, especially laughing. I would say I probably cried laughing the most in my life. Um, mm, as far as uh, responding to a stimulus firsthand, uh, yeah, crying from laughing is that's my shit. I live for that. But yeah, I definitely as a kid did use crying as a tool. It's interesting because I always kind of knew that my responses to certain things wasn't normal. I mean, my mom knew it, and like she would teach me lessons. She's very into teaching lessons, and she has weird ways of doing it. Like one time, I was cooking, and my hair wasn't tied back, and I leaned over the stove, and to get something. I don't remember what I was doing, but I leaned over the stove, and my mom saw me doing that, and she put my hair in the fire uh, because I was being dangerous. I don't know. And it's not like my actual hair that she put in the fire. She put in like my extensions in the fire. Don't worry. But yeah, she put my hair in the fire to teach me a lesson, to teach me not to do that, which is dumb. It's a dumb lesson to teach, but those are the kind of lessons she kind of teaches. And she saw that, like, emotionally, I'm just vacant. I am, you know, like, even for people that are really close to me, like my fiance, I am just emotionally unavailable. I just am. And uh, I realized this from a pretty young age that things just didn't affect me the same way people were affected by them, especially when I did something wrong. I realized, you know, because there are rules, that I can break rules. And I realize things that I've done are wrong when they are wrong. But I didn't really feel remorse for them. And when I was being scolded for things, I would use crying to lighten my sentence, to get my parents to stop yelling at me, especially my dad. And what I would do is, when I was angry, I would cry. And so I would have this blank, like, rage-filled look on my face, and I would be crying. And my parents really hated that, so it was actually not a good, it was not good for me to do because it didn't work the way that I wanted it to work because I'm not a incredibly convincing crier. And from a young age, I've always had like this uncanny ability to evoke crying. I'm not sure where that comes from. But I remember in high school, I actually won Best Improv Actor because I'm really good at crying. I just am. I just can do it. And I haven't practiced it in a long time, because it is something that kind of takes practice. It kind of takes doing it for you to be able to do it, or for me personally to be able to do it. Let's see if I can do it. Kinda, sorta, got a little bit. So, yeah, I'm okay at it. I haven't done it in a really long time, but I'm okay at it. And so when I'm angry, I I cry, and that's like I guess from residual kind of weird training myself to do it. And now it's not so useful because it's almost like crying is my war face. And so I will be in an argument with my fiance, and he will be really upset because he thinks that I am manipulatively crying, but I'm just angry. And so, like, I don't know. So yeah, when I was a kid, I was doing it manipulatively. I absolutely was. But as I got older, I felt like I had more power because, being a kid, you can't really talk back to your parents. You can't really, like, my parents wouldn't even let me explain shit sometimes. So crying was the only kind of power I had. Now I have the ability to, come, like, bring my thoughts together into coherent sentences and speak out an argument and be taken seriously by other people. And so now it's an inconvenience. It's annoying, like, because I do that when I'm angry. And so that's something that I need to get myself out of doing because it's annoying. I also, when I was younger, would train myself to cry when I saw other people crying because it seemed like that was a good idea. It was, I don't know, because it makes you seem normal, it makes you seem human. It's like, I don't entirely know all situations, or I mean, I know situations where I need to cry for the most part, but when I was really young, I had a lot less context. And so when I saw other people crying, I just used other people crying as my barometer. And so if other people were crying, it was probably okay for me to also start crying. I remember the first time I did it was when my mom's aunt died. I can't remember how old I was, maybe 8 or 9, maybe older. I might have been 10. I'm not entirely certain how old I was when she died, but I remember my mom was crying and it just happened. And I was kind of happy about it. I felt really accomplished about it. Because it almost feels like you have this like degree of discipline over your body to command it to do things that normally aren't within other people's control. Like, normally people don't have command over their ability to cry. And so I just felt like I'm fucking badass. But yeah, I definitely use crying as a tool, and today I don't really use it. I think I would use it in situations where other people are, in pain and sad, and I want to present myself as empathetic. And I mean, I am sympathetic. I am able to see a situation that someone's in that is bad and identify that that situation is bad. I'm able to do that. Like, because I'm able to understand shitty situations. And so, I don't know, like hearing about that kid in Japan that was just left by his parents on the side of the road for throwing rocks at cars. that is a legitimately just bad situation. Objectively, that is bad. Like, I would not want to be in that situation. And so I can see things and realize that they are bad, but I cannot put myself into other people's shoes. And I could imagine the physical pain of being hungry because I haven't eaten in 6 days. I could imagine being thirsty, being cold. I could imagine that because those are things that I experienced. But yeah, and also he got found, which I mean, this kid was fucking amazing. Like I am so like good shit, little dude, because he found one of the like military huts that they have around in the forest area that had running water and futons, and he slept between two futons to keep warm and drank the water, and he survived, and they found him, and I was like, good shit, good shit. That little kid is like fucking Boy Scout, like Omega Boy Scout. But yeah, this has been my little thing on crying, and today I'm feeling a lot better. Yesterday was shitty, the day before was shitty, the day before that was shitty, but today is a-okay. Yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.